My name is Ruth and I'm one of the directors of Deeds and Words.
I'm Caroline, one of the two directors of Deeds and Words. One of the many ideas that we explore with our clients is the idea of authentic leadership.
Authentic leadership is often mistaken for a misunderstanding that being in the workplace means sharing every single bit of yourself.
It's often been misunderstood as some kind of confessional way of being and talking, whereas actually on a more basic level it's about building trust. It's about sharing enough of yourself that people get a sense of you. They get a sense that they can put their trust in you, that they know what you're about, that they're not missing big gaps in understanding who you are and what you care about.
People talk about being authentic. What they mean is they are constantly disclosing all the things about them. And when we coach and work with senior leaders, they express some trepidation, quite understandably, about having to share all of themselves.
When we talk to teams, whether that's leadership teams or not, when we're talking to them about authenticity, what we try to explore and what we ask them to explore is the relevance of who they are in the workplace, as well as the relevance of what they do.
And getting that balance right is really important, because sometimes inappropriate vulnerability can lead to a decrease in trust, not an increase in trust. If people are leading and following you as a leader, they need to know you've got it and they need to know they can trust you. We work with senior leadership teams to really try and find that sweet spot, that right moment of what it is to be an authentic leader, but also recognises it changes. It changes in different contexts. Sometimes you might be talking to a group of staff who are really expressing their concern about their protected characteristics. Them knowing a bit about that you might have a gay son, for example, helps them trust you more. However, when talking to a group of shareholders, you may not want to open with the fact you've got a gay son. So situational authenticity is really important. Context is really important, but knowing and deciding what you say, when and to who is key to your effectiveness as a leader.
I'm more able to build trusting relationships with some people than others, with some groups more than others. The same is true for Ruth. Everything about who we are has an influence on the kinds of trusting relationships we're more easily able to form. It's why we need people who are from very different backgrounds and experiences in all our workplaces across the country, because who we are really matters. If I have a certain professional background, that can have more influence on others. Sometimes when I say I'm an anthropologist, that has a positive influence on some of the people I'm working with. Sometimes when people know that Ruth is in the House of Lords, that has an influence on others.
Sharing about what drives you, where your values come from, what makes you do the work you do, what motivates you, helps people understand why they should trust you. That's what we mean by authentic leadership.
When people know what matters to you, that's authenticity. That has an impact on the extent to which they make a decision about whether they're going to follow you, whether they're going to put their faith in you, whether they're going to trust you. That, in terms of authenticity and in terms of leadership, helps you as a leader. If you think some of these ideas might be interesting to you and your team, do get in touch. We'd love to talk to you more about it.